There's a bit of a bug going around Ohio State's offensive line room. I'm Stephen Means. That's Andrew Gillis after Ohio State's 7th practice of fall camp. Back on practice number 1, Carson Hinsman was not out there for what was revealed to be a sickness. He was there the next 3 days, and then we haven't watched practice since, and now we're back out here for practice number 7, and he and Joshua Simmons are not practicing for Ohio State. Andrew, there's a battle going on at right guard, and Carson Hinsman is a part of that battle. Josh Simmons, he's going to be the starting left tackle, so it's not as big of a deal for him. But when you're trying to evaluate who's going to be your starting right guard between maybe Luke Montgomery, Tegra Shabola, and Carson Hinsman, but especially those last two, Carson Hinsman missing multiple days of practice, how big of an impact is that to the evaluation, but also for Ohio State's offensive line overall as they're trying to gain continuity heading into the season?
In terms of the starting evaluation, I actually don't know if it's going to be as big of a deal as it might seem, because it kind of felt like Tegra was the guy. You know, it felt like Tegra has been the guy even when Carson and everybody's been out there. It feels like Tegra has been the guy that they want to be the right guard, the guy that they think is their best right guard. And if that's the case, it does really impact a ton. I think it stinks for Carson that you're losing all of these reps, that you're losing all of these chances to prove that you should be in the starting lineup for the second straight season, albeit at a different position. So that's what stinks for Carson, is that he's just, when you're not out there, you can't prove anything, and it's hard to kind of, you know, come back. And, you know, maybe if he's really sick, you know, sometimes you come back and you're not at full strength for a day or two. It takes a minute. It takes you a minute to get your legs under you. So that's what stinks. I think the overall offensive line, I'm interested to see how this goes, because we saw this today, and Ryan Day mentioned this in his post-practice press conference. Say that 3 times fast. There were a lot of different mixing and matching opportunities along the offensive line, because you're missing Josh Simmons. I don't believe George Fitzpatrick was out there today either. Like, you're missing a handful of guys that you just have to start throwing whatever at the wall. And I think it stinks to not have Carson out there, because Carson Hinsman, even if he doesn't start, he's probably your 6th or 7th best lineman. You're probably having him as one of your first reserves off the bench if something goes haywire. But now you're able to mix and match. So I think the overall health of the room, we're going to have to see how this is. But I think right now, as long as this doesn't extend, it actually might be a benefit to have different mixing and matching opportunities, and different guys play different spots, and different guys play next to different guys that you might not play next to. Because right now, this Ohio State offensive line, they should be better than they were a year ago. I have some questions about like what that second team looks like if injuries strike, specifically at tackle, maybe even at guard and center. Now you can work on that. Now you can have those different things. So I think the starting lineup, I don't really know. I don't really know if it's going to have that big a deal. The entire offensive line, pardon the pun, you might actually get healthier because of this.
I think it's quality as long as the reps are quality. Ryan Day did mention the fact that there are guys doubling up. I think Austin Zierveld was one of the guys doubling up. You saw Zim Maholski as one of the guys doubling up on that left side of the offensive line there. Donovan Jackson obviously has been he's a veteran, right? And so they are kind of resting some of the veterans. I think JT Tuimoloau and Tyleik Williams and Cody Simon on defense didn't really do that much today on practice number 7. They're also going to scrimmage this weekend, so that's part of that, right? You can't go hard every single day and then scrimmage on the weekends. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. But if their quality reps are good, Ryan Day mentioned when you're doubling up, if you're tired and you're getting beat, that's not a good rep. Right? So as long as Austin Zierveld and Zen Maholski, and I know you said George McPatrick, it didn't seem like he was out there today, but even the Armstrong twins, some of the freshmen, Ian Moore, Gabe Van Sickle, as long as the reps are quality, I think it does help you in the long run. But then also, you got 2 or 3 weeks before you play a football game, and really a month and a half before you even play a Power 5 opponent. So you've got some time here to get some continuity, but also you haven't named your starting quarterback yet, though Ryan Day did kind of hint and head towards that direction by saying that Will Howard has started to take command of how things are going out there. But I think I agree with you. It's a big deal because it's something that's in your face. It's not a big deal in terms of what it means for when they play Oregon, that because Carson Hinsman and Joshua Simmons maybe got sick, it's going to cost them against the Oregon team, because you're going to still have plenty of in-game reps. Plus, Carson Hinsman's played football for you, and to your point, Tegra Shabola is getting an opportunity to do more. So, yes, the room is not 100% healthy right now, but maybe you're expecting it to get there maybe over the next couple of weeks here. As Ryan Day said, they're trying to flush that out as quickly as possible. Get the text 614-350-3315, and we're going to continue to talk about this on Buckeye Talk wherever you find podcasts. So go see us there. I'm Steven. That's Andrew, and we're out.